Hey everyone, it's Carissa Wiley from sprinkledwithglitter.com. Welcome to my craft room. I have something so special to share with you today. I have the brand new April release from Concord 9th right here on my desk. We're gonna unbox it together. There's new colors, new stamps, new dies, and I'm not actually sure what's all in this box. So let's get to it. So here is my beautiful box, and we're gonna just open this right up. I saved this for an unboxing because I know that this is gonna be something all of you want to see. And I honestly, like I said, I don't know what's all in this box. I assume it's the full April release along with the colors. There may be some Christina Werner products in here as well. So let's just open it up. Should we, let's save the stamps and dies. Oh, I see Christina's release too. Oh my gosh. You guys. Oh my goodness. First of all, thank you Concord 9th for sending this all over to me. I see so many good things. 6 brand new colors from Concord 9th. You can see the ink pads here. It looks like they sent me some cardstock and some labels as well. So I'm just gonna grab these out and let's walk through it kind of one by one. So here's a look at the 6 brand new colors. There is Brickyard, Pimento, Star Fruit, Pistachio, Lakefront, and Plumberry. I have full-size ink pads here along with the labels that go on the side of the ink pad. So those are always helpful when I put them in my little ink carousels. But let's kind of take a look. I have 2 assortment packs of the cardstock, and let's have a look and just kind of look at these cardstock colors. You all know that Concord 9th has just a fabulous color palette already, but they are adding some additional colors this year, and they look really beautiful, fun, and vibrant, along with, I have a feeling that this Lakefront is going to be a new favorite of mine. So we're looking at Brickyard, Pimento, Starfruit, Pistachio, Lakefront, and is it Plumberry? It's Plumberry. Let me grab my Concord 9th swatch ring and let's kind of look at how they fit into the color palette. So this is my current Concord 9th swatch ring here. Let's start out with the purple, shall we? This is Plumberry, and this is actually a really beautiful, it's more of like a violet purple than the other purples that are already kind of in the line. Those purples are fig, grape soda, and eggplant. It actually fits in really nicely with fig. And then it kind of bridges over from the purples to these more fuchsia, magenta-y colors at the beginning, like wildberry and dragon fruit. So it's a really nice addition in between. I love this kind of toned purple. It feels very royal, but not quite as royal as you know, like the eggplant is here. So really nice new purple in the collection. Let's look at Lakefront next. So Lakefront is kind of a blue-green, I would say. And one of my favorite blues recently has been Tide Pool. Let me see if I can find it in my swatch ring here. I feel like everything's okay. So Tide Pool is a little more green, I feel like, than the Lakefront is, but this is not really into the true blues of like blueberry and harbor and powder. So this is a really nice kind of, it pairs nicely actually with peacock. It's kind of a step back from peacock. And another one of my favorite kind of blue green colors is Sea Glass. Looks great with that as well. I think this is going to make a great addition for some masculine cards. So this is Pistachio, and it's the new green. This is my first time seeing all these, and I'm just kind of getting a feel for how they look with all the other colors that are already in the collection. Now, Concord 9th has several greens. There are lots of like yellow greens, starting with even Stardust kind of can fall into that. Then moving into lemongrass, which has been a favorite of mine recently. Grasshopper, avocado, artichoke, sprout, parsley, and evergreen. You can see it's actually a really nice complement or a lighter shade of this avocado. And avocado and artichoke already pair nicely together. So when you add this in, let's see here, when you kind of add this in, that makes a really nice, it's almost a little more muted tone. I think pistachio is actually a great name for this because it does have that kind of creamy green color that pistachios. I eat them almost every day. So that's a great name for this color. Next up is Starfruit, and this is definitely like a super bright, in your face, poppy color here. I think it's actually a good bridge between the lemongrass and some of the yellows. So it actually kind of fits on this side of the lemongrass here. You can see how nice that looks. And then it can kind of maybe go into, let's see how it looks with Buttercup, which is like a true yellow. So you can see it has a lot more brightness, some more fluorescence than some of the yellows, but I think it kind of works in nicely here. I think Concord and 9th they are so intentional when they pick their new colors to add to a line. This is going to be a lot of fun to use because it's kind of one of those colors that can shift into green or shift into yellow, kind of like Stardust does. So it'll be fun to kind of play with this color. Let's look at Pimento. So Pimento is like this beautiful red orange. I have a feeling it's going to look great with Poppy. So actually, this is Brickyard, this is Pimento, and this is Poppy. So you can see it is more on the orange side than Poppy is, and Poppy is already kind of a red orange. It looks really great with Cayenne as well. So you can kind of mix and match there for a monochromatic look. But let's see how it kind of looks with Sorbet. And ooh, I love this with Sorbet. I think it's a really beautiful complement. Look at these three colors together. So this is Sorbet, this is Grapefruit, and this is Pimento. And those are going to look great together. This is going to take the Sorbet and Grapefruit and kind of bring them more into a super poppy color. I keep saying poppy, like a lot of pop. Whereas normally these two on their own would be really subdued. You bring in that Pimento and it really just gives you a little extra bang for your buck in that color palette. It looks really great. Finally, we have Brickyard. And I'm going to show you where it kind of compares to some of the reds and oranges. It is definitely more of a dusty red color than some of the others. I think Brickyard's a great name for it because it does kind of have that earthier feel than some of the other reds that are already in the Concord and 9th line. So that's a look at the brand new colors. I am going to be playing with these a little bit later on and we're going to see what we come up with. But for now, let's set these aside and let's have a look at the stamps and dies that came with my collection. Oh, in addition to the collection, Concord and 9th has also sent me the enamel dots that coordinate with all of these. So much fun to play with these and add these as embellishments on your card or in the centers of flowers and that sort of thing. It's a great way to bring in just a little bit more color onto your projects. And then there is, of course, the 2025 Swatchbook stamp set. So this will be in addition to the Swatchbook stamps that are already available. This just allows you to add it to your existing Concord and 9th color palettes. Let me give you a look at my Swatchbook for Concord and 9th. So this is a look at the die and stamp set that was previously available from Concord and 9th. It creates these large color cards along with the individual color swatches. And then of course you have the coordinating color name stamp that can go with each of the colors of cardstock and or inks. You can use this to create ink swatch palettes as well. I tend to use it more for cardstock color palettes, and then if I look at my cardstocks and then kind of create my color palette from there. These are the newest that were released in 2023, I believe. Wildberry, Watermelon, Creamsicle, Grasshopper, Eucalyptus, and Rainforest. It might have been 2024 now that I think about it. Can't remember, but this is a nice little small stamp set that's a complement to the pre-existing Swatchbook stamps and dies that are available from Concord and 9th. So let's get into the stamps, dies, and stencils that are available this month from Concord and 9th. Like I said, this is a first look for me, so I'm just seeing all this stuff for the very first time. First up is the Petal Print Stencil Pack. Oh, look at this. This is so much fun. Look at these modern flowers with those leaves. I love the two-tone leaves. So that looks like a 4-piece stencil pack that's available. Next up is the Hugs and Friend dies. Now this is a nice complement to the Thanks and Hello dies, and I used that in a live stream not too long ago with my favorite new spring color palette, so you can go back and check out that live video stream or that live stream replay here on my channel if you want to check that out. I love this kind of offset look of these letters, and both of these word dies have shadows, which make them great for shakers and window cards and that sort of thing. Next up, So Many Sayings stamp, and it looks like the coordinating die as well. So it looks like this is a large one-piece stamp that has a bunch of sentiments and sayings on it. A few of them down here do have some frames around them, and it looks like you can stamp all of these and then die cut them all at one time, and that makes me wonder if they're going to come out with additional sentiments like this as well that coordinate with this die. I always think that's so much fun, and it's a great way to kind of make a bunch of sentiments ahead of time and have them on hand. Now this includes some sentiments like so happy for you, congratulations, thinking of you, you got this, miss you. Then it switches fonts here. So grateful for you, you're doing great, you are loved. This one's definitely a little more of a casual font here. See if you can see that. And then this is more of like just straight sans serif kind of font up here. And then, of course, you have the framed ones at the bottom. You make me smile, happy anniversary, best day ever, and here for you. So that's a really cool stamp and die combo. Ooh, it looks like we have a Turnabout, and this is called the Tiled Turnabout stamp set. And there are some coordinating dies which look like they cut out the coordinating or these little individual images on the stamp set. Let's have a look at the back side, because that kind of gives you a really good idea of how this will look when it's stamped 1, 2, 3, and 4 times onto cardstock. And then of course you can take the individual pieces, stamp those, and use them on their own, which I think is a great way to use these stamps as well. Next up is the Paper Posy Dies Embossing Folder and Stamp Set. So you have some fabulous floral dies. I have a feeling this one is going to be so popular because Concord and 9th really, when they do florals, they are so much fun. There's lots of layering options here, and it looks like you can kind of use these any way that you want, but then you can use the Paper Posy embossing folder to add some detail to them, or you can use it as a backdrop as well on your card. So it's got these really fine line florals. See if I can get it in there for you, that you could either use as a backdrop or just to add some extra dimension and texture to these die cut florals. And then of course there is a small stamp greeting set here that has a lot of fun little sentiments. It looks like maybe some of those sentiments are here to coordinate, are sized to coordinate with this little tag here. So that's a lot of fun, and I can't wait to play with that one. Next up, Birdhouse Blossom Stamps. It looks like stamps, dies, and coordinating embossing folder. Now this looks like it is very similar to the Our House Dies embossing folder and stamp set, except for it's a birdhouse, which is going to be so much fun to play with. There's also some really great florals in here. So you have your birdhouse base piece here, which you can then add some texture into and dimension to using the coordinating embossing folder here. And then there's some like stamps here where you can make a mini little birdhouse, or you can stamp some greetings that will coordinate here with this banner. There's also several little bird pieces here so that you can build your own bird. And here is the example on the back of the packaging. Look at how beautiful that is. Love that so much. He is such a cute little chubby bird. And this makes me really love a good birdhouse right here. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily a birdhouse kind of girl, but this done in this modern way in the Concord and 9th style, I think is so much fun. Last but not least, we have the Pattern Play die set. There is a large cover die here, which creates a bunch of stitched elements on an A2 size card fronts, and then the individual pieces that kind of cut out where you can layer them on top of the stitched background. This will be a lot of fun to play with new color combinations with the new colors that are available, and you can see the example of this on the back where it's all put together. They've allowed some of these just to stay as stitching and then other ones to be layered on top, and you could do this with or without dimension and create some really cool patterns. I think people are really going to get creative with this die set, and I can't wait to see how they use it. So that's a look at the brand new April 2025 release from Concord and 9th with the 6 new colors in their color collection, as well as so many stamps and dies that are going to be so much fun to play with mixing in these new colors. I can't wait to see what everybody does with these. I will have links to all of these products in the YouTube description below. So if you want to pick up any of these products, be sure to use those links and head on over there to shop now. And now I thought what I'd do is, since I have the Christina Werner release here for April 2025, I thought I'd walk you through that as well. So let me put this aside and let's have a look at the new Christina Werner release. So here is the April 2025 release from Christina Werner, and I can already tell I am going to love this floral. It's so beautiful. Christina released something very similar a few months ago that was a little bit more of a modern type floral. This is a little more classic, I would say. It has this beautiful kind of outlined or stained glass looking die that you could use for inlay, or you could use as an outline on its own. And then of course the solid shadow piece as well. This would make a really beautiful shaker card, and it would be fun to play with. You could make the shaker area in the petals here as well as the leaves. The stem, of course, will be covered by this outline die, but I think this is going to be a lot of fun to play with, and I love the design of this. It's also a really nice size for an A2 size card. Next up is Loved and Happy dies. These are fun. I love this, Christina. Thank you so much. These are word dies, but all of the letters are connected. And then of course you have the shadow die as well here. So it says, "You are loved, thinking of you, so happy for you." So these are kind of a fun and playful font, but I love that every single letter is connected, which means that you can easily put these together and stack them up to create dimension. So that's a great one. Next up is the Mothers and Fathers stamps and coordinating dies. So with Mother's and Father's Day right around the corner, this is a great set to add to your stash. You are so special to me. Hope your day is lovely. You're the best. You're like a father to me. Sending sunshine. You're like a mother to me. Happy Father's Day. Happy Mother's Day. So these are actually really great because they are kind of, it seems like, designed to use for a variety of occasions, not just Mother's and Father's Day. And these are great for people that are kind of special to you in your life that aren't necessarily your mother or father, but have been there for you. And those are great to use on cards for them. Wow. Oh my goodness. Christina has been hitting it out of the park with the background stamps. If you know the diagonal lines stamp, I've been using that like crazy here on my channel. This is the bold circles background stamp, and I think this is going to be so much fun. So cool and modern. I absolutely love that. It looks like it's about, I think it's probably about 5.5 by 5.5 or 6 by 6. Let's see if we can tell here. Yeah, it looks like about 5.5 by 5.5. So this will cover an A2 size card, and of course you could use it this way or this way, but the pattern seems to stay the same whatever way you turn it. Oh, I've been seeing people talking to Christina on her live stream about creating a stamp set with some finishing touches. Christina loves to do like some hand-stitched or hand-drawn stitching, and not everybody feels comfortable doing that with a pen. And so Christina has created a stamp set that has like stitched lines, a drawn line, a longer stitched line here, and then kind of like this curvy stitch, as well as some hearts, stars, and other little elements. And of course, her bows. Christina does the best bows, and it looks like there's a stencil option available as well. So if you didn't want to stamp it and you wanted to stencil it instead, you could do that. Now let's have a look at this up close, because is it like, oh, this is so cool. So this is already designed for a 5 by 7 card front to do perfect stitching right around. And there's an etched line that will help you line it up with your 5 by 7 card front here. And then your stitching, you would just blend that over. You could use some white pigment ink, or you have your individual stitched lines here, which is like a quadruple stitch, the curvy stitch, a double stitch, and a single stitch. So you could put that on any card at any place. And then finally, we have 2 A2 size cards. So it looks like We have one that's like centered a little further in, so a little smaller area of stitching here. And you can see it's etched A2 card, 5.5 by 4.25. And then this one looks like it's about 1/4 inch in from the edge of an A2 size card. Again, with the etched line, so you know where to line it up on your card front. And that's really cool idea. I'm so glad she did the card front with the individual stitching as well, because I think that will be really useful. Next up, long line leaves background stamp. This is gorgeous. And there's a coordinating stencil set as well. Look at what this looks like when it's all stamped and blended in. That is so beautiful. This is so fun and so modern. I'm loving what I'm seeing in this release, and I can't wait to play with it. Let's see. Oh, it looks like, oh my goodness. Okay, there are 4 products in this product suite. I should have kept going. This is absolutely beautiful. So there is the background stamp that coordinates with the stencil. Okay, and you can see all that. So that's, again, probably 5.5 by 5.5 with the stencils. There is a die set that has several sentiments here with the outer shadow layer. And then there's 2 individual dies which cut out some of these other elements here. There are not dies for these 2 large pieces, but these would make some really great elements for a card. And so that is a lot of fun. So there's a look at the entire April 2025 release from Kristina Werner's collection. I hope you've enjoyed this first look at this release. I'm kind of just unboxing it and seeing it for the first time myself. If you want to shop these products, I will have links in the YouTube description below, so be sure to check that out. I hope you'll stay tuned here this month, because I will be creating with some of these brand new products from Concord 9th, as well as Kristina Werner. I will have a project on my blog today as well, featuring some of these brand new products. So be sure to check out that pre-filmed video tutorial, and I can't wait to share more inspiration with you. Be sure to let me know in the comments below which of these products from each release is your favorite. Let me know which color, brand new color, is your favorite, and I can't wait to see when all of you get them in your hands and you're creating with them as well. Thanks for joining me today, and until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day. It's a ponytail day with my Ariel bangs. They've kind of grown out a little. They're growing on me. Thanks so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this project. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe and turn on the notifications here on my YouTube channel so you don't miss any of my card making and paper crafting video tutorials. Thanks again, and until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day.